Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to show you how to get the Gold Scarab. You need to get it from the abandoned cave to the northwest of the Celia Everjail in Caelid. This is the boss fight. It reminds me a lot of the old Dark Souls 1 Dragon Slayer Ornstein and Executioner Smile fight, where you've got these two bosses to fight at once. I've experimented with the nobles that you get from the Limgrave Catacombs and the Scarlet Rot giving Rotten Stray Ashes, and neither of them work as well as the wolves. The three wolves seem to be able to distract and attack both of the knights, so you don't get as bombarded with projectiles, and because they're quite small, a lot of the swings that the knights make go over their heads, so they survive quite well. I haven't had much success applying Scarlet Rot or the bleed effect to either of these guys, so I'm just going for the biggest, highest damage weapon I can use, which is the grafted greatsword I've got here, which is from Castle Morn at the bottom of the Weeping Peninsula. You get it from defeating a boss called Leonidas the Misbegotten. And if you kill these two guys, it will give you the Gold Scarab, which is worth having because, and it's worth getting as early on as you can, because it means whenever you kill anything, you will get 20% additional runes over what you would normally get. So if you kill a troll giant thingy that hang around Limgrave, instead of getting 1,000, you get 1,200. If you kill 5 of those, if you're using the scarab, it's the equivalent of killing 6. It applies to anything that you get runes, you get 20% extra, and it stacks with the gold Pickled Fowl Foot. So there's the map again. It's the abandoned cave that you're looking for. And I'm going to show you how to do the jump to get into the cave now. It's basically in like a big gully with a swamp to your right, and that's the cave you can see down there. That's what you're looking for. So you just need to get onto Torrent and do a nice, well-timed, well-placed double jump. Once you're there, wander down into the cave. There's nothing of threat at all at the start here. Just get yourself down to the grace site and save your game. And at this point, you'll need to put on your best armour to give you immunity. The dungeon itself isn't very hard. There are a few enemies in there, but there's nothing to trouble you. The problem is, the real problem is the initial bit to get into the dungeon, where you've got to get past this Scarlet Rot. So what we're going to do is we're going to equip whatever we've got that gives us the best immunity. So if you look in the middle panel, the right-hand column, the top one there, under resistance, is immunity. So that's the thing that stops you getting Scarlet Rot quickly. If you do get Scarlet Rot, then your health ticks down really quickly. Unless you've got a healing item that will remove it, you may as well give up the run. But you don't necessarily need that. As long as you can put on some gear that gives you a bit of resistance, this is easily doable. The actual foot soldier gear, all of that has reasonable immunity, and the commoner's garb that you get from the guys in Stormvale Castle, that seems pretty reasonable as well. What I'm using here is a mixture of just whatever I've got that's going to give me the best immunity. And you'll need that on for the boss fight as well, because the actual boss arena itself has got some big pools of Scarlet Rot giving mud, which if you walk through, it'll apply the effect and you'll start to lose health. Once that's ready, and you've got your gear on, you're ready to try the most difficult part of this dungeon, which is basically the initial, getting past that initial geyser. The swamp slows you down, so if you drop down and try and run through, however well you time it, you're probably not going to make it before the geyser goes off. And even if the geyser doesn't go off, you're going to have so much Scarlet Rot build up that you end up getting it and just dying of the disease before you get anywhere. So take a big jump, get as far as you can, then turn backwards so you're facing towards yourself, and do the back step by pressing the B button. It's the quickest way to move in the swamp, and as long as you get yourself facing in the right direction, it's fairly easy, and you should be able to do it almost every time, no hassle. When you get to here, just jump down, kill him. It's not particularly difficult enemy. They do poison you, those guys do, but they shouldn't cause you any problems. There's a single rat here which I like to lure away, because there is another poison guy up ahead who will start shooting projectiles at you if you run straight to the rat and start attacking. He'll start shooting. I don't tend to bother with him because he'll usually just fire a projectile at you and you can just run past him. I think on this occasion I decided, well, I may as well, but you don't actually need to kill him. It's probably quicker to run past. I like to kill the rats because they occasionally drop golden runes, so if it takes you a few goes to get through here, if you're killing the rats, you are going to end up with something to show for your endeavours. You know, the more goes it takes you, the more golden runes you've got, at least you've gained something from those failed attempts, and they're an easy kill as well. When you get to the next room, there's going to be two guys shooting poison projectiles at you. Just try and keep to the right. Try and stay on dry land so you don't get slowed down. And run, then jump up and sprint down here. And that's basically it. That's all there is to the dungeon. That's the mist wall. Again, that's how to do the boss fight. That's how to get to the dungeon. Use a good weapon, whatever you've got that's powerful. You use your armour that's got good immunity, and try the wolves' spirit ashes for the best chance to beat the boss. Well worth getting. It gives you 20% extra rooms as long as you equip the talisman, and that's going to be useful throughout the game. Frankly, I think it's one where the earlier you get it, the better. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.